Yo, it's Stuart. Welcome back to another video. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for swinging by. This is the channel where I talk about my highs, my lows, and everything in between in trying to design a more holistic life, business, and good products. In this video, I thought I'd take a little bit of time to share with you what my life as a designer sort of looks like. For a while, I wasn't going to do this video because I already thought that there was a lot of content out there. But over the past couple of weeks, I've been asked this question. The question is, what does your typical day look like? And what I realized was that that question wasn't getting them the answer that they wanted. What they want is to understand, is there more to a designer's job other than sitting at your desk, making some sketches or in some design tool and exporting some visuals? Because that part is very easy to imagine. But they want to know, as a role or as a job, is there more to it? How can they, or how can you get a sense of the full picture of a designer's life, a designer's role? So I took some time to think about, how can I share that with you? And here's what I came up with. So I look back on my work calendar. I took a look at the weeks where I was working on long-term projects and compared them to weeks that were more meeting heavy, sprinkled with more smaller tactical design tasks. Based on that, I came up with a schedule that represents my life as a UX designer, so you can get a better sense of where and how I spend my time in a week. So for this purpose, let's do 5-day work weeks, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. I may work more or less depending on the projects I'm on and depending on what's happening at the company. But I try my best not to work on the weekends. First, let's block in some meetings. Every day, I have brief morning check-in meetings with engineers, product managers, and other designers about any ongoing work. I plan out the design and engineering work with the development teams in separate recurring meetings. These are called ceremonies for those of you who are familiar with agile development. There's also the product team-wide and company-wide update meetings. I don't always take lunch at noon, nor do I take it for an hour, but let's block this time off to account for periodic breaks and other personal time throughout the day. Now in green, I'm marking down the recurring design review and collaboration meetings. This is time set aside to present design work that's already in progress to the broader product team and other departments so that we can do a deep dive early and get feedback. Now in orange, I'm blocking out the remaining time that I have to do design work. This includes research, both quantitative and qualitative, analyzing numbers, reading studies, and of course, talking to users, creating mock-ups, prototypes, of course, and any accompanying presentation collateral. To be realistic though, I'm also accounting for general administrative things like work emails, HR stuff, and just general other work-related stuff in the blue. Pause right here for a moment. You can see that the orange area, or the design work time, is roughly a little more than half my time during the week. But the part that could be surprising, and the part that often isn't talked about, is the amount of time that I spend presenting, discussing, and collaborating with others, all the non-orange areas. In fact, when I consider the time spent iterating on design and managing several rounds of feedback, which evidently means more meetings, it can easily take up 2 days worth of major design time. So here's the final tally. Time spent actually designing is about 14.5 hours, or 36% of the work week. Formal design review and collaboration meetings, about 2 hours, or 5% of the work week. Product team, company, and design time that turns into meetings is also about 14.5 hours, or 36% of the work week. Then there's lunch, personal time, breaks. That ends up becoming about 5 hours for the week, 13%. And then there's other general admin stuff, which is about 4 hours, or 10% of the work week. But focus on the 36%. So that's my typical week as a UX designer. you can see that majority of my time is split evenly between actually doing design and executing on it, and time spent collaborating with other people and talking about design. That's why when I try to explain design to other people, I really stress the fact that it's not just about production. It's a problem solving arm, and it can really be a valuable asset to a business as long as the business is willing to use design in that way. Also, when I talk to junior designers, career transitioners, or just anyone very interested in the designer's role, I really stress the importance of presenting design, being able to facilitate discussions, and managing feedback, because that really goes hand in hand with the execution piece for you to be a successful designer. So there you have it. That's my answer to Stuart. What does your typical day as a UX designer look like? I hope the way I presented it gave you a real good high level view of what a designer's life looks like, where I spend my time, how I do it, and why. I'll see you guys next time.